What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I know I am. It's Friday. I'm trying to work ahead, so maybe I can get done with work a few hours early. I know many of you have that. You relate to that, but also many of you are working tonight and you're retail workers or others, and you're working the weekend too, just like me. But it's fun to pretend that Friday means something. It used to be so cool when I was young. Now it's like, oh, it's just another day that Saturday comes around, and if I work more on Saturday, my Monday will be easier. So I guess I'll just work Saturday. Anyway, speaking of work, every major publication from Insider to Ars Technica to Bloomberg to Yahoo, all have been publishing articles lamenting the mass exodus of Twitter employees that are going to happen now that Elon Musk began to purchase Twitter, and after it was announced that he would be taking over as temporary CEO, and all their Twitter employee rage flowed online, private Discord groups and things like that, where there are Twitter employees that were stomping their feet and having meltdowns. Well, it turns out all of that was baloney sausage, and it's absolutely backfired. In fact, interest in working at Twitter is up 250% since Elon Musk purchased it. Some of the articles that were out just an hour or two ago, this is an hour ago when it was archived, I guess, so 2 days ago. As Elon Musk succeeds in Twitter takeover, an employee exodus is likely to follow. Here's another article. Personnel today. Elon Musk's Twitter takeover, how to avoid a mass exodus in a time of change. Twitter employees have warned of a mass exodus when Elon Musk takes over the company, but by redefining its purpose and reinforcing its values, the company has a chance to develop a new sense of belonging and keep staff on board. How about Ars Technica? Twitter warns of possible employee the employees that are walking out allegedly or going to quit when he takes over, they just lost all of their bargaining power. They have no, I mean, it's also been reported that 50%, I'm sure this is an anecdotal number, but there is huge redundancy inside of Twitter that they could have massive layoffs. This is something that, of course, Elon knows, which is why he's promising huge returns to people. By the way, my employees are working this weekend, so shout out to them. You all crushed it with the launch of Coffee Brand Coffee. They're working through the weekend to get caught up on all the orders. I really appreciate them, and I really appreciate all of you who have given it a chance. I know you're probably getting tired of hearing about it, and I'll give you a break here next week until I have something new to offer, like we're working on teas and hot cocos and stuff. But maybe before the weekend, head on over to the link in the description or pinned comment down below, coffeebrandcoffee.com, and consider trying one out. We have a light roast with 2 different light roasts, a medium roast, a dark roast, and then we have a flavored medium roast, which a lot of people are picking up now too, which has some bourbon notes and things of that nature. So check it out. Anyway, I appreciate all your support. I really, really do. And I appreciate my employees that are working this weekend, as I will too, packaging everything up. This is all by hand. Every single bag you purchase gets packaged by a human being, one at a time. All right, this isn't some mass corporate operation. I even shared a video of it on Twitter last night. So they've got a lot of work to do. Job interest in Twitter skyrocketed more than 250% since Elon moved to take over, but current employees are nervous. Well, they should be, because they'll be extraordinarily easy to replace. Elon Musk cast Twitter futures into uncertainty when he made a successful $44 billion bid to acquire the company last month. He will take over as temporary CEO once the deal is complete, CNBC reported Thursday morning, while countless Musk fans and a slight majority of Americans, 59%, that's more than a slight majority. It's higher than Joe Biden's approval rate, approve of the takeover, according to recent data. I like how they titled it a slight majority. 59% is, I guess, like, yeah, I guess you would call it a slight majority. That's fair. The recent data from the Harris poll, some current Twitter staff worry that it will be dramatically changed the company's culture and overall direction. Well, yeah, I have a feeling that when you have a big tech company like this, I'm sure there are people that work very hard there, but I'm sure there are people there that are coasting by. I'm sure there are people that have been resting on their laurels. I mean, they have like a chief censorship czar that gets paid $17 million a year. That job's just gone, right? You're just fired. That seems like an obvious thing to do. It's still unclear how a Musk run Twitter might impact the company's ability to retain current staff. It won't have a problem. And recruit new employees. It also won't have a problem. The company presented the takeover as a potential threat to its staffing abilities in the SEC filing on Monday, but at least casual interest in open positions at the company has skyrocketed since the Tesla billionaire showed serious interest in taking over. On Thursday, Daniel Zhao, a senior economist and data scientist at job insight platform Glassdoor, tweeted that interest in job openings at the social media giant was up 263% in just 6 days. In a statement of Fortune, Zhao clarified that interest is defined by the average daily clicks on Twitter job postings on the platform compared to average daily clicks before. Though clicks do not necessarily correlate to actual job apps submitted and likely reflect current media attention, the increase shows that people appear to be interested not just in the media story, but actually working for the company. Well, people forget this, that like there are a lot of really technologically savvy kind of woke leftists. To deny this would be absurd. But there are also a lot of technologically savvy proponents of free speech and kind of anti-censorship people. And there are lots and lots and lots of really smart people that work at Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Boring. They may want to make the switch from those companies over to Twitter. There's a lot. There's a cool factor, I think, that having Elon work for an Elon company brings that Twitter didn't have before. I don't think it was cool to work at Twitter. It definitely seems like it would be now. Say what you want about Elon, he does have a large fan base of people excited to work for him, Zhao tweeted. He's much more likely to capitalize on that attraction as CEO than owner. On Friday, Musk shared some of his own thoughts about hiring at Twitter, sharing Fortune's reporting. If Twitter acquisition completes, the company will be super focused on hardcore software engineering, design, infosec, and server hardware, he tweeted on Friday morning. Quote, I strongly believe that all managers in the technical area must be technically excellent. Managers in software must write great software, or it's like being a cavalry captain who can't ride a horse. He's basically saying, like, get ready for the fat trim, boys. In the SEC report this week, Twitter said that Musk's takeover might cost the company advertisers, staff, and users regardless of the outcome of the takeover, if it reaches final conclusion or if somehow fails along the way. I don't think that that's going to be an issue. Musk has also disparaged current Twitter employees like Vijaya Gadde, the company's widely respected top lawyer, who has led the company through its many political quagmires, including the decision to ban Trump. Most people don't like her. I don't know, widely respected. Did you watch her Joe Rogan interview? She got absolutely handled by little Timmy Pool. Absolutely handled by him. By the way, if you're enjoying the coverage, I don't suspect to be doing 10 Elon Musk videos a day, but there's a red subscribe button down below. I'm currently 600 subscribers away from the next kind of threshold to get to 1.23 million subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And on top of all this, by the way, Elon Musk told investors he'd probably double or triple their money if they backed his Twitter buyout, report says. In meetings with investors, Musk went as far as to say that they could see returns of 5 to 10 times their investment if all went well. The Times report is citing a person who heard the pitch. Before making his formal offer to buy Twitter, Musk said he'd secured the money, and Thursday showed Musk had brought in a raft of new backers who together added $7.1 billion. Musk told investors he could double Twitter's users base to more than 500 million by 2025. I believe him. Four sources briefed on Musk's investor pitches told the Times. According to two of those sources, Musk said that he could more than double Twitter's revenue in the same time frame and bring in tens of millions of paid subscribers. Musk mused about, in a now deleted tweet, that Twitter should launch a subscription service, meaning people could get their verified check marks and not have to see advertisements on the platform. Musk said in a tweet on Tuesday, Twitter could charge government people. I mean, could he double or triple it? I don't know. I mean, I think he could probably double the user base, at least the active user base. Like, you might see like total users drop, but the active users rise once they get rid of bots and the experience is better. They're gonna have to add features though. You know, Twitter's limited in just like kind of doom scrolling through the news. There's really nothing else to do on the app. Every other thing they've launched, whether it was Spaces or all this stuff, I never cared about, and it doesn't seem like anyone else did either. So they're gonna have to find something else that people want to do on their app to increase the amount of time we're on it, to add value, whether that's adding more news or it's adding you know, voice or video features. I don't know what the answer is, but it needs to be more than what it is if you're going to double it. It's going to be interesting to watch though, and I bet you Elon will bring in a lot of smart cookies who can work on it. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.